If you have written a book proposal and are actively pursuing an agent to represent you in finding a traditional publishing house, and yet you keep getting turned down for the very specific reason that you do not have a large enough platform, this video is for you. I'm Ann Shibani, publisher over at Summit Press and the go-to content developer for ambitious entrepreneurs. So, let me define the term platform. A platform is your following. It is a ready-made audience who would be eager to purchase whatever you put out into the world, namely a book. So when a traditional publishing house is looking at platforms, they want to know that you have an email list of, 30,000 people, 300,000 people. They're not interested in you if you've got a list of, say, 2,000 people. Now, not only is the size of your list important, the engagement of your list is also important. Do you send out an email and have 70% of those people regularly open your email? Or that's the open rate. Now, do the people who are reading your emails click on the links within the email? Hey, go look at this offering. Hey, go read more on my blog. That clicking on the link is called the click to open rate. And if you don't know what your open rate is, your click to open rate is, then you probably don't have a platform that's large enough. You would not be considered a savvy enough entrepreneur and marketer for a traditional publishing house to be interested in, which means an agent wouldn't be interested in you either, because they only get paid when your intellectual property gets purchased by a traditional publishing house. Now, list aside, the other area of your platform is your social media following. How many people are following you on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or over on LinkedIn? Now, you might be excited to have 2,000, 3,000 people on your social media following. These are the people who are following you regularly. But in fact, this is a very small audience. This is not enough of an audience for a traditional publishing house to get all excited about. They're looking at 30,000, 100,000, 300, 500,000 followers on social media. And again, they're very interested in the engagement. You put something out there, who's commenting, who's sharing, does something go viral? Are there people who are actively commenting all of the time? This is an engaged following. So, if you've been busy in your business and haven't built an email list yet, if you have 2,000 people on your social media following, does that take you out of the running? Not always. So I did a book proposal. I worked on a book proposal for a psychotherapist a year or two back. And she, like you would expect, was very, very busy serving her people in her practice. She hadn't been out there in the world building an email list. She had maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people on her following. She had some interesting media exposure. And I got her an agent and a book deal for a couple of reasons. She was, number one, a unicorn, in that she had written a book proposal about a white hot topic. This was a topic that traditional publishing houses were actively pursuing. They were connecting with agents, asking them, hey, let us know if you have a manuscript come over your desk that speaks to this particular topic. So timing was right, white hot topic. So this person didn't have that social media following on her own, but she had major influencers that were in her corner that were willing to promote her book ideas, to speak, to interview her, to bring this author in front of their audience and to actively try to sell this book. Now, when these influencers promised that they would promote the book, that they would actively engage in this process, this is when the traditional publishing house, via the agent, got interested in this particular client. So maybe you don't have a following, but you know a lot of influencers that do. And again, these influencers need to have lists of 100,000, 200,000 people for them to be interesting, right? To be interesting to the publishing house. Also, if you've got a super famous person willing to write the foreword of your book, again, another score as far as traditional publishing houses and agents are concerned. So, platform, big following, 30,000 plus, big launch list or a big email list, and actively engaged members in your community, be it through your email list or on social media, are really important friends who owe you a favor, who are going to go the distance and swear it up and down to your agent in a traditional publishing house. Hope you find this helpful. More soon.